Jason Sidney Blackwater. I'm here with the wolf, the one and only Stifler, dark-skinned savior.
You already know what it is. You already know it's your boy. You already know how this goes. You already know how we live.
And when you heard that sound that he just made, you're going to have to make room for something different to occur in front of you. You're going to have to really consider what that means for you in your situation. What's going to happen to your lady? What's going to happen with your whole situation? Even with the guys that are looking like they have a chicken bone stuck in their throat.
You know, that always comes, though.
It might be a problem.
With success, there's always hate, unfortunately.
Yeah, man. But we're going to get into this right now, right? Today we're going to talk about the ramifications of cuffing a slut. This is something that we have trained to protect ourselves from since young, so that when we're older now, we can have nice things with nice ladies. You can have families now. You can go on that vacation. You can go get that crib, apartment. You know, you can make that move. You can start that business. Whatever you want to do. We learned as young men to stay away from these types of energy drainers and heathens, as my man Wolfpack would call them, so that right now in our life we could be with the nice ladies that we are with now. All right, so Wolfpack, I'll let you take it, man. Just get into it. Just get into it.
You know, yes. When you say, like, you know, the funny thing about this is like the ramifications of wife and a thot, a wife and a slut, or being in a relationship with a chick that's easy is that you ain't never gonna be at peace. I think that's the first ramification of being with a thot. Is that you ain't never gonna be at peace, man. Mentally, you feel me? You're gonna always be wondering what the fuck this girl is doing. I wonder what the fuck she's doing. I wonder what she's getting herself into. You can never. It's crazy to have to never be able to trust somebody that you with. You dig? And yes. I think fucking with a thot, that's probably like the first ramification. What you say?
Bro, cuffing a thot is one of the worst things you could do for your health, your physical health, your mental health, your legacy, your family. It's just bad, right? But like the Bible exists for a reason, right? Whether people believe in it or not, that's fine. But there are lessons there, right? About self-dignity and having morals. Okay.
And you know, before we continue, let's also remind the people that we're not saying that all women are thots or sluts or anything of that nature.
No.
You know, we know that this is just a population of women. So when we speak, we're not speaking in general. We're just also talking about also our experiences, young niggas growing up and dealing with certain girls in certain situations in which we realized that we saw the red flags and we clearly was blinded to it. You feel me?
Yeah.
So you feel me? If I was to keep going, I would definitely say like another ramification of cuffing a thot, I would assume, is possibly the thought of possibly catching some shit. You feel me?
That's on the surface level. That's not even in the mental level. That's just on the physical level.
You feel what I'm saying? Like, you know, and I'm saying, and let's be honest, when we say thot, let's also include some niggas in there because, you know, that's also what they could bring to you ladies as well. If you don't even know that you fucking with a nigga and the nigga is on some dog shit or running through a lot and doing X, Y, and Z and you not motherfucking getting checked up, then you need to definitely do so. So I would say that is like another ramification right there off the bat. Not having mental peace, being afraid that, you know what I'm saying, you might fuck around, catch some shit. You feel me? That's the second one. If we could even go a little bit deeper. You want to go deeper? You want to go deeper or not?
Go in, bro.
I want to say another ramification in my eyes is that you get into shit. You get into beef and situations because you end up cuffing a thot.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, that's just another risk. You get what I'm saying? Because now everyone has access to her, which means that they have a
Mm-hmm.
problem with you. You get what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And like you
Mm-hmm.
said before, worrying about what she's doing or what's going to happen when she takes that trip to Miami during Memorial Day weekend, or what's going to happen in
Mm-hmm.
that club, what's going to happen when she
Mm-hmm.
goes to the store, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think
Mm-hmm.
the problem is the fact that a lot of people are desperate, right? So these particular groups of women, because we're not, like you said, we're
Yep.
not all, but
Yeah. You know they will lock us up if we was to say all women. We're not going that direction at all.
right. But like the ones that we're talking about, they're desperate for attention. The funny thing is,
Yes.
you would think that they're just a freak, so they're out there trying to do it because it feels good. The fact of the matter is, they don't really give a shit about sex, right? Most of these women, I mean, it's cool for them. It's a cherry on the top, but ultimately they want that power, they want that attention, and then it's like, okay, well, having some good sex, that's just a cherry on the top for a lot of these girls that we're talking about.
That's
And
a funny
the
fact.
problem is, a lot of men are desperate. Okay, I need to get with this girl. I need to get with her. I need her to be with me because I like the way she looks, and it's gonna make me feel special to have her. And they start compromising with themselves, and when they compromise with themselves, they get the short end of the stick 99.9% of the chance, like fucking Lysol, bro.
Yo, you wanna know the you wanna know the funny thing? My boy Tupac said, right? When a female get horny, a nigga dies. And 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 it's like one of the most realest shit that I ever like heard because like when these thoughts get horny and start doing their thought ass activities and the drama and the beef comes behind all that because a man feelings is involved with a woman that don't really care about his and he's jumping out the window because he's desperate and he needs this and that and this or who he views as his lifeline. You get situations in which niggas end up just saying like beefing, dying, going to jail,
Yeah,
losing their main purpose over some chick that at the end of the day really didn't value neither. You
true.
feel
You
me?
remember that skill we made about that?
And that's a fact. And like you said something that resonated when you said they don't even care about sex, which is true. I feel like now to them sex is just a service. It's not even like a passion shit anymore. It's like, oh, okay, because you done X, Y, and Z for me, here's some sex. They're willing to just give it up. It doesn't hold much value. And
Yeah,
and that's actually sad because a nigga like myself who actually would like to feel like, you know, we having sex because you actually like me and I like you. You feel what I'm saying? At times you just got to chalk it up and say, man, listen, man, we might just be having sex because this motherfucker right here just felt like, you know what, Stifler, you brought me out to a nice motherfucking goddamn restaurant, or you took me on a nice little trip, or whatever the case is. Here's some pussy, and that's fine. But that's actually trash.
it's an
But it's fine though.
exchange. Yeah,
You feel me?
it's a reward.
Yeah, you feel me? It's like damn, what happened to being like passionate shit? You feel what I'm saying? And you kind of look at it that way too, because like I said, if a nigga gives up some money, or if a nigga does X, Y, and Z, buys a Chanel bag, to stand a third, then a nigga is granted sex. So that means at the end of the day, I don't really think it is valued at that level anymore. It's just we're just gonna fuck because you bought it. You bought that service from me.
Another reason why you guys have to be careful is because that bill is gonna go to you. You're gonna have to pay for her pass. Her pass is gonna be your fucking cost. So you see, like, for example, got a guy like Russell Wilson, right? Now I know a lot of people, they say, the man is swagless and all that, and I ain't here to like big up that man's swag. Could he use a stylist? Yeah, cool. But at the end of the day, right? That's a good man right there, and
That's a
now
fact.
he has to tolerate I don't know how often this fucking guy has to come get his kid or whatever the fuck, you know. But like, he has to tolerate the diss records. He has to tolerate the goons, the low
Yeah.
quality activities that he might be
Fact.
subject to, if he even stands up for himself or his lady, right?
That's a fact. That's a fact. That's
Too
a fact.
many,
That's a fact.
too
That is
many,
a fact.
too many smart women, librarian smart women who aren't even about that ratchet life, have wasted their past with some piece of dog shit filth, and then they got the nerve the minute they start realizing what matters in life, they want to come to you, they come looking at you like, all of a sudden it's all simplified. All of a sudden it's, I mean, I just want a man who's gonna hold me down and be loyal. Or no, I just want a man who's a homebody. I just want a man who can be honest. Now it's all simple. But back in the day, when you were out,
You wanted all this extravagant, wild shit, ratchet shit, ghetto shit.
defiling yourself, now you want to go find that football player dude who's a good dude, and guess what? Now that man might even have to die because your drunk ex-boyfriend wants to show up for his little filthy ass kid, and now you got to get out of character. Now you got to go buy a gun. Now you got to go, throw the hands.
Do things that at the end of the day you wasn't even gonna be able to have to subject yourself to
Yes.
if you never got involved with the person. But you are absolutely 125% correct. And I do look at it as, yes, our past, in a sense, especially if it's something permanent like a child, could definitely always come back to haunt us if the person we bear this child with is not who we want them to be, whether it's the jealous baby daddy or jealous baby mother, And I want to say this much. This is why I said to myself, I'm doing background research checks on motherfuckers. I don't give a fuck. You feel what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck if you come to me with this pretty face shit. Because at the end of the day, I know behind this pretty face is some motherfucking demons. You know what I'm saying? Let me see the fucking demons I need to be dealing with if I get with you. What the fuck are you bringing to my table? Not just what you could bring like to enhance me, but also the baggage as well. I need to see all those motherfucking baggage. Because at the end of the day, like you stated, not even just the fucking jealous ex-boyfriend or whatever the case is. Sure, you might have went through some shit that has fucked up your mental. You feel me? And I, who is a nice guy, don't need to have to subject myself to probably you treating me like a piece of shit or you treating me because of the past trauma that you've been through. You feel what I'm saying?
Facts.
So,
Now,
that's why I say, man, to the guys out there, do your motherfucking research, man. I don't care what these ladies say about, don't ask me questions about what I bring to the table or trying to at least figure out in what range of bodies have I had. Because at the end of the day, all that shit is important. It tells you something in a sense. You feel what I'm saying to you?
yeah. And by the way, a wise man once said, if you think that your past doesn't matter, try telling that to the credit bureau.
Preach.
These girls out here running around, why does it matter? Why does my past matter? We moving forward. Why does the past matter? Well, everything matters.
No,
Everything matters.
And another ramification of life in a thought, and I think this is probably I don't know of any other after this, but I would say is when shit hits the fan, because life is up and down. You feel me? We have our ups, we have our downs. The ramifications of life in a thought, she ain't gonna go through the mud with you.
Facts.
When you down or grinding, that's when she's out there doing what she's doing. But then when life is up, oh shit, she's back around, her hand out, like shit was just all peaches and cream. So if you ask me, those are some ramifications to cuffing a train.
And plus, you're never gonna win. Like, you in a race with literally 75 other men for everything. You take her on a
Yeah.
vacation, she probably went on a vacation with 75 other dudes. You lay that pipe, she got that pipe laid on her by 75 other dudes. You make her a sandwich, she got that same sandwich made by 75 other dudes. Everything is a fucking Olympic competition in which you do not, I mean, don't get me wrong, if you love competition,
Go for it.
go for that shit, right? Which,
But
by the way, I know somebody might try to say that that sounds weak, right? But it's not. It's more than that, though. I'm just kind of joking about it. But it's more than just feeling competitive, right? It's just like that shit defiles you,
yeah, like, and my thing is this though. Not every day should I be having to compete for my girl's love. Like, what are we talking about?
right?
What are we talking about? Not every day should I be fighting for my girl's love. Once it's a known fact that this is where I'm at and where I'm going, you shouldn't be doing certain things. Or I shouldn't even have to be worrying about no other people. But
Facts.
dealing with it, I best believe that thought is never going to leave.
Stay away from those girls, those girls who hit you up on a random beautiful Sunday. Everything's going good, and you get that text message like, "We need to talk." Stay away from those "we need to talk" type of chicks. There's nothing to ever talk about unless it's fucking positive. The hell you want to talk about? Hey, hey, you free? Can we talk? For what? Talk about what? What did you do to yourself over the weekend that all of a sudden needs to be brought to my attention?
Yo, yo, you do not play. Word.
Yeah, there's nothing to talk about. Yo, listen. At the end of the day, this is some good game with the Wolf Pack, Jason Sidney Blackwater. You know, we're just chopping it up, man.
And I mean, shit. At the end of the day, I ain't going against nobody that want to talk to a girl that's fast. But at the end of the day, I'm just saying, for your mental peace, be careful. That's all.
Yeah, and don't be
That's all I gotta
delusional.
say.
Don't be one of those guys who convinces themselves that like cuffing a stripper is gonna be okay for you because you're like, well, I'm secure. I ain't one of these dozen. I'm secure. I got money, and she ain't gonna leave me. And then
Yo.
just cut to 2 months later, you're crying. You're crying while looking at her
It ain't
Instagram
even about
stories.
money sometimes either. It's just and this is what I'm gonna end it on this. When I think of like dots in a sense, I'm also think of it like women that at the end of the day they're just being promiscuous because they don't really know what they want. You know what I'm saying? They want everything in a sense, and they want attention. They just want to experience all this shit, and that's cool and all, but do know that don't know no man who views himself as a strong black man or as any, I guess I can't speak for white, but I'm just going to keep it on the black, who views himself as a strong black man would rather be with a woman that if you're going to experience some shit, you should let her experience it with me. I don't need 75 other niggas to let you have experience something. And that's all I'm going to say.
Some people might ask you, so for the ones who have been defiled to the point of no return in your eyes, what should they do? Do they not deserve love? How should they go about finding a man? What would you say for those that sector of, you know, the 75 that we were talking about? What would you say?
Man. There's love out there for somebody, man. Find somebody of your own kind, or if not, and not to even sound negative, but when I say go find somebody of your own kind, just more so find your twin flame. At the end of the day, you feel me? There's people that's willing to accept people for who they are.
Yeah, keep that shit on your side.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Just be honest about what it is that you've been through. And hopefully through that you'll find authentic, genuine love, yo. And that's how I could look at it. You know what I'm saying? You lying about who you is ain't gonna get you nowhere. Cause listen to me, man. I was in a situation like years ago where I was lying to myself saying like, I'm happy. But like I knew I really wasn't, but I'm thinking, things will get better. And at the end of the day, it never did. So that's just me.
Word from the wolf. Boom.